It's official, Brock here. It's official, Brock here.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the It's Official Brock's Here podcast presented by Brock Lane Films. Today we have Sam Stoner, a.k.a. Sauce. I had to throw that in there, the sauce man. Yeah, for those that don't know, Sam Stoner is the starting quarterback for York High, York High Bearcats, going into his senior year. It's about to be a wild year with him and Florida and the receivers that they have. And Sam was talking about a little bit about the O-line that they have. It's going to be a special senior year, and they're definitely gonna make some noise in the whole York area. But yeah, man, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I
Came
appreciate
on his Saturday. He's a busy man. They're trying to get ready for the season, so they got workouts and 7-on-7's coming up. But yeah, I saw you guys are playing. What is the whole the Peach Bowl? How'd you guys get involved with that? And then my first question is that going to be your first game of the season?
Yeah, it's the first game.
That was my first question. Yeah.
We got involved in that because you remember the AD from 2016 that was here went to Woodland Hills, and then that's how we went out there to play like Pittsburgh Central Catholic.
Yep.
And now he went to Chambersburg, and he's doing this showcase thing.
Oh, okay.
So he hit my dad up. He was like, "Hey, you guys want to come play in this?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So playing Woodland Hills, and we always try to play Woodland Hills. We went to Pittsburgh, but he wouldn't let us. And now that he left, like he's like, "Yeah, you're good. Play Woodland Hills."
Yeah.
So they're a good team. I mean, it should be a fun game.
Yeah.
Really excited about that. I only think 2:30 on a Saturday kind of sucks, but I'm not
know.
worried. I'm not really worried about that though. Like.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too hot.
Yeah.
Well, no, August.
Yeah.
And that's actually my birthday.
Oh,
that
really?
Day, August 27th.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have a big celebration after you guys win.
Yeah, you gotta win. Yeah.
Gotta win first though. But yeah, that's cool. I saw that and I was like, I wonder, because who would have been your first game? Did you guys have a first game yet, or
no? We didn't have
because
one
usually
yet.
you try to do like a out of conference.
It was so like, we had to get every like 2 years. You get like a new schedule.
Right.
So, 2020 we're supposed to play Mifflin, and then this year we played Mifflin. So that was technically the 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So we had to find somebody new anyway. And like, this year we're missing a game. Like we have a bye week, because Dover dropped out of our division in Division 2 now again.
Okay.
So now we have a bye week, and because we couldn't find anybody to play us, so now we have a bye week, and that's when I'm going to visit Southern Utah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam was just talking about he got his third D1 offer from Southern Utah, the whole way across the country.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Sam's definitely he's definitely put in the work to get to this point. It's sometimes I look at Sam and I'm like how did he turn into this kid? Because when I started filming for York High, it was 2017, 18-ish, and Sam was just the ball boy.
Yeah. I was a short, fat, chubby kid running around. Yeah.
Little short, fat, chubby kid. I mean, you said it. I wasn't gonna say it.
No, he was fat.
But yeah, he was just like running around on the sideline. His dad is Coach Stoner, so his dad was coaching, and how so. And then we were talking off before we started here, but Sam was actually a competitive swimmer for 8 or 9 years, and never. So your dad didn't want you to play football.
Yeah, he didn't want me to like pick up bad habits in like little league and stuff. So like I was always around it when I was younger. Like me and him would talk football or like draw up football all the time, but like I just never played. Right. And like we had these like little Nerf training footballs like when I was younger, and he'd take me out in like the yard and like we'd do like a 3-step drop and like because I always knew I wanted to play quarterback.
Okay, that was my one question. Like, did you know? Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to have the ball in my hands and be able to like impact a game that way. Yeah. So that's always what I wanted to do. So he always like supported that, even though he played running back and he had like not really much knowledge about quarterback.
Right.
So that's why we're lucky to have like our quarterback coach played for Bruce Arians at Temple. So that was
Shout out Coach Baker.
Yeah, that's a big help.
Yeah.
He always helped me out.
Yeah. So you always had the idea of you wanted to be the quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
You wanted to be the star.
Yeah.
The star of the show. Because, you said about your dad, he was a running back for West York, right?
Yeah.
And supposedly a really good one.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
From what I heard.
Yeah.
He probably tells all of his old war stories.
We, the other day, we were at the building and I was sitting in the new lounge, right? And it was like me and George Banks, and like that's our backup quarterback. And then my dad came in and started talking about like him playing football. And so we looked up there's a video on YouTube, and it's like his senior year.
Oh, on VHS.
Yes, and it's like the video is bad, but like he was like running people over, making people miss, picking people off. It was like he played safety too. Like he literally didn't come off the field. Like it was,
Wow.
he was kind of like that.
Wow.
But
that's so funny. Is it just one video? That's probably.
It's literally like an hour and a half long.
Oh, one of those. Oh, I've seen those.
It's like the full. It's
they
like,
put the full game.
It's like it's not like the season to remember, but it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like they have commentary on everything. Like yeah.
Oh wow.
So that was.
Well, that's cool. At least he has that.
Yeah.
He can show you guys that. It's not just all
I'll,
talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've heard him talk about it a couple times, and I went to Southwest. He kind of rags on Southwest. Like whenever I remember that one time we were at Southwest in the end zone. He's like, "Yeah, I did a, he was talking about his stats.
He still got he has like a District 3 record in the playoffs that like it was at Southwestern.
He got at Southwest.
He it was like a 91-yard pick six in the playoffs, and that's like still a record like to today. It's crazy.
Wow, that's awesome. That's so awesome. That's cool. So then, growing up, you were just kind of always around football.
Yeah, I was like.
Because your dad was a coach.
The first game I was on the sideline. His last year, he coached Central for 16 years.
Yeah.
Like his last game there, he was defense coordinator, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, let me get on the sideline." So they let me on the sideline, and I was there with like Coach Baker's one son, and then another one of the coach's sons, and like he told me to stay on the track, but like I just started like I went with them, and they were the ball boys, so that's where I got that from. But like
ball boy, yeah.
Then we got to Spring Grove, and it was the same thing. He told me to stay on the track, right? And another one of the coach's sons was the ball boy.
Yeah.
And like the game went on, and slowly, like I started inching towards like the field, and all of a sudden, from then on, I was a ball boy, and like that's like I loved doing it because I was around the football, around the game, and I was like got to watch.
Yeah.
And then my freshman year, like I got the opportunity to like come to York High and play, and that was like really exciting. And then my collarbone, that was a rough time.
We'll get to that, but and then being the ball boy, you got to literally throw the ball in.
Yeah.
So that probably helped with your throwing.
Well,
sometimes the refs, they're like far away. You gotta freaking chuck that thing.
They don't normally catch it either.
Yeah.
But like my 8th grade year, he'd bring me in, and like I'd throw for the JV team in 7-on-7s.
Oh wow.
So like that was like always a good experience for me because like I was younger and I got to like because there's always so much you can put on paper and like do that way, but like actually doing it live like in person, it helps so much, and it's like that's really the big thing.
Right. Yeah, and just like being around like that atmosphere, like Friday Night Lights, like that probably just like lit a fire in you.
And like that culture that like they built the first couple of years at York High, like turning the whole thing around, like Dorsey and Jameson and Rob and all those guys, like they all worked really hard.
Right.
And like that stuck with me. And to like now I want to push my teammates to work hard so we can be successful, because like I know like other teams like look at like the past couple of seasons like, oh, they were 7-1, 7-3, like good seasons, but like we want to be like on top and like we want to win. So we understand like we got to work harder and get after it.
Yeah. And I remember when I was a kid, my friend's dad, he was involved with Southwest coaching, but like I remember going to those games like when I was a kid, like 5th, 6th grade, and just like being in awe of like these players. Like they were kind of like the guys. They were like celebrities. It's like the high school players, and they're just in high school.
Well, like I felt like because like there was kids at West York that like, because I still went to West York at the time, that like knew all the guys, and like I felt cool knowing that like I knew Dorsey, and I can like, cause like
Right.
back then, like I looked up to Dorsey, and like now I can look at him as like a friend and like a mentor, and like he pushes me, like we work out together all the time, and like all that stuff. So like that's a really cool connection that I got to build with my dad being the coach and like being to be like around all the players.
Right. But at the time, you're like, you think of Dorsey as like a celebrity.
Yeah, he was like a god to me.
Because
Like,
he's in the paper, you know, he's getting all these clips, you know, official Brock shows up, he starts taking videos.
My sister used to like joke around about me, like that she thought I was starting to act too much like Dorsey because like he would be like kind of childish, and then like I'd imitate him,
right,
and then annoy the crap out of my sister all the time. So she always got mad, but like that's just like the impact that he had on my life, you know.
Well, and then so you got the nickname Sauce, and then your Instagram name used to be Sauce Up Next, which it's
that's what it is. I change it back again now. Yeah, I lost it because my Instagram got banned last year. Remember when I posted your video?
Yeah.
And like somebody reported it or something like that.
Oh.
And then I had to make a new Instagram, and like I couldn't use the name for like 30 days, and I never changed it back.
Oh man.
But then this year I changed it back again because like.
Wait, so it's Sauce Up Next?
Yeah, Sauce Up Next again. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Nice. But that was because it was Be More up next.
Yeah, Dorsey and Dejour had that name. So yeah.
But now Dejour is up now.
Yeah.
He's up now.
Dorsey's been up. I don't know. He's
I don't know why.
Been in college for like 12 years now.
Yeah, he should be up now. I don't know why he's still in the waiting room, I guess. I don't know. But that's funny. Yeah, looking up to those guys. I mean, that's some good role models to look at
for sure.
And then to see them, you know, go to college
and
do all this stuff, like that's a good good for you to see. So then when you finally busted onto the scene, 9th grade year, was your first game was Pittsburgh? Central
Catholic first game, first anything.
Was it the first play you threw that pick before halftime?
No, that was.
Or did you get a couple drives before?
The first play I got in.
Drive maybe.
It was like play before halftime, right?
Right.
And we practiced like a halfback pass because Toby was our quarterback.
Right.
But he was also like probably the best running back on our team at the time.
Yeah, definitely. So
I threw the ball to Toby, and it should have been touchdown. We're not gonna talk about what happened, but it should have been touchdown. Yeah. Toby threw the ball, good ball. And then, but like in that huddle, I was standing there like, I didn't think the stadium was that big at the time, but then I got in the huddle and like we were like right on the 50-yard line, of course. And I sat there, I was like told to play. I look around, and I was like, what am I doing here? Like, like this is insane.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, I was like that's like the opening of a movie. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then I didn't have the best success in that game. I mean, I remember like I was rolling out and I saw a linebacker coming at me with like his face like all painted, and I was like,
"Oh God,
okay, holy crap!" And like nobody blocked him. Like he was supposed to be blocked, nobody blocked him. So I'm rolling out. I throw the ball away. He grabs me and just tosses me 5 yards like I'm nothing. So then I was like, okay,
it's like welcome to the league.
I was like, okay, time to get to work. So then it just, took off from there.
But then you threw an interception, right?
I threw two in that game, I think. Yeah.
But no, it was one before halftime, right?
No.
Oh, I thought there was one before halftime.
I threw one.
Did something happen before halftime where it was like, ooh?
Didn't something happen? That was the halfback pass.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Wide up in the end zone, and somebody dropped it.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew like something happened, and I was like, ooh, not a good debut for Sam.
It was 21-7.
Yeah.
And if we would have scored that at 21-14, that game was kind of close.
It would have been, yeah.
But no, yeah, it was like my second drive at a halftime, and it was like I was like all flustered because like Aaron Donald's nephew's across from me, and like all these 4 like Division I FBS D linemen, and I was like, oh, like I was shook because it was my first game ever.
Yeah.
And I just threw a ball deep and got picked off, and they almost took it back. I stopped them. They didn't score. They almost did.
You tackled them?
Yeah. So
I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, and that was the place where like the stands were like 100. It was like a red line.
It was red line, but on both sides though. Yeah.
Yeah, where the bleachers were like freaking 100 feet up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was a cool game. So now it's kind of cool. You played there your first game, and now senior year you actually play them.
Yeah.
I thought that was them because I saw the colors and the name. I was like, is that the Pittsburgh school? So yeah, that was your debut, and then you played So then what? It was Did you play McCaskey?
Played McCaskey, yeah. That was when like my dad had me in Florida back there as freshmen together, and he was like, "This might be something special."
And that was kind of like Florida's debut.
Yeah,
game.
Florida, yeah. Because he didn't really play against PCC that much.
Right, yeah. I don't even remember him playing.
I don't think he did, actually.
I think on the podcast he said he did something. He was out there.
He probably was, yeah.
Yeah. And then it was what? McCaskey,
and then Cedar Crest we played.
And then the Dallastown game?
Then we played Spring Grove first game, counties. No, New Oxford. And we like had to come back against New Oxford.
Oh, yeah.
But then we played Spring Grove. Yeah. And like I played a couple of snaps on Friday night, and my dad was like, "Okay, why don't you like go get some snaps on JV, just get some more experience, because like you never played." So then,
man, here it comes.
It was a third play of the JV game
against Dallastown, right?
No, Spring Grove.
Oh, why do I keep thinking Dallastown?
And then I was throwing the ball. I was throwing the ball to Janaz.
Yeah.
So I rolled out, and I get pushed from behind, and all of a sudden I land on my left arm, and something popped. And I just like remember like flipping over, and the one older coach that we call like Gramps, like Coach Jack.
Jack.
He walked
Shout
over
out
me.
Jack. I love Jack.
He walked over me. He was like, "You good?" And like I didn't say anything. Like my eyes were just like big. Like he could tell like something was wrong.
Yeah.
And like I remember they had to cut my jersey off me, broke my collarbone. My dad was so upset. It was So that kind of delayed, because the plan for that year was like by like week 6 I was gonna be the starter, and like Toby would play running back.
So he just wanted you to get some experience.
Yeah. So then
being in the game.
Broke my collarbone. I ballooned up to like 225. Like I was huge.
Yeah, but I think I keep thinking Dallastown because then you showed up to the Dallastown game like in your sling.
My sling, yeah.
Okay, that's why I keep thinking that it happened for like Dallastown JV. So then you blew up to 225.
Yeah, I was pretty big. And then
is that just because you were like
I like couldn't work out, and like my diet was like really bad.
Kind of laying around.
Like I remember when I got hurt in that game, we went to the doctor and made sure it was broken. Right. It was broken. My mom took me to Burger King.
Right.
I got a burger and fries. Came back and was sitting on the bench at the stadium eating it. And like I remember somebody messed with me about it, but like I was 225, and then like I was going to school. I had to miss 2 weeks of school until like I got my surgery, because like they didn't want me to go in New York High and like somebody like bump me or something like that and like get it messed up.
Right.
So I had to miss 2 weeks of school, and then COVID came when I had just got cleared.
Dang.
And then I couldn't like work out with the team or anything. Yeah. So that's when like my transformation really happened. Like I went down 225 to 195. Yeah. And then we fixed all my throwing motion. Like my coach Baker came over like every day to our house, and we were working out. And that's when you made me my first video. Yeah. And I still look back at that. Like it's in my
comeback video.
It's insane. Yeah. That was like from where I was then to where I am now. It's such a big difference.
I think that's on my TikTok.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like, because that was like, I think your dad, it might have been your dad or you, hit me up and was like, "Hey, let's make this like coming back video." And then I think I was able to put a couple clips
from McCaskey.
Yeah.
And there's one clip of us at PCC.
Yeah.
With Rob in it.
Oh, where it's like you warming up.
Yeah.
With Rob, Rob just like pops in the video. Yeah. Like it's like, what is Rob doing in Pittsburgh? Like
I didn't even know he was coming.
How did he even get there? That's funny. But yeah, so we made that little like comeback video, and you were working out nonstop.
Yeah. I
saw a video of like I think it's on your TikTok where it's like your throwing motion, and then it's like it was like then and now.
Yeah, I just posted that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference
and
now.
Big difference, like crazy difference. So then you and Baker were just working out
every day, and like even now, like especially with the building, like I'll text him, and it'll be like a Monday at like 6:00. I'm like, "Coach, can we like go throw? Like something doesn't feel right. Like can come help me try to fix it." And he'll be like, "All right, I'll be there at 6:30." So we go in there and just like for like 2 hours. I leave there, I'm drenched in sweat, just like trying to get to work, trying to be better, you know?
Right. That's awesome. That's good you have him.
Yeah,
Cause
he's definitely been a huge resource in like my development.
yeah, and like he played. Did he go to the league or he just did Temple?
He went to Temple. Was a Big East quarterback of the year. He beat out Major Harris from West Virginia.
Oh wow.
For the Big East quarterback of the year back then. But then he came home and started coaching in high school.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I just didn't know. I didn't know if he made it to the league or I know he went to Temple and all that. So yeah, you put the work in, and it definitely paid off because then you came in sophomore year, and it was just like on.
Well, I remember my first game sophomore year. Like I was like so excited to play. Right.
Who was that? Who'd you?
Dover.
Oh, Dover. Yeah.
And then like I got hit on every play in the first quarter, like every single one.
You're like, damn.
And then I got out of the pocket the one time, scrambled, and I sprained my ankle. And and Coach Jack, the exact same thing happened. Coach Jack came over to me, and my eyes were like the same way. He thought like I like tore my ACL or something. Like,
right.
Like, and he said, Sam, you good? And I was like, I think I broke my ankle. Like I can't walk. Like
that was first game.
Yes, my first game ever back, and like I was like so demoralized, right?
Oh my god.
And that's when
just get a break.
That's when I So after that game, the next Friday we were going to Spring Grove to play, right? And like I was like scared to play because like I couldn't run at all still, right?
Right.
And I was watching YouTube, right? And I saw this thing, and it was like in the comments, it was like, if you're reading this, like God loves you.
Wow.
So I started like that day is when like I really started like to like deep dive into like religion.
Wow.
And like now I go to church and like I pray before every game, all this stuff. So like
I didn't even know that.
Game, yeah, like I haven't really told many people that. But, like,
yeah, that's awesome.
That's cool. After Friday, because I remember it was their senior night because like they didn't know like it was COVID, so nobody knew like when like seniors gonna happen.
I remember that.
And I was sitting there like worried to play because like I couldn't run, and I started praying, and I was like from then on, like that's when it happened. Like it's when I started to do, and we were leaving like the stadium, like our stadium after the game, everything. I looked at my dad. I said, "Dad, we gotta start like I want to start going to church." And he was like, "You serious?" I was like, "Yeah." So from then on, like we've been going to church every Sunday, and I've been like,
"Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome." Do you go to church in York?
I go to LCBC.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
the one
on Route 30.
30.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have one here in Hanover. I know there's a couple.
Yeah.
Couple around. But that's awesome, man. So you that was basically like a sign from God.
Yeah. Like the fact that I was on that YouTube video because and I read that comment, like that's what made me think. I was like, oh my God, like why don't I talk to him? So and
then you start building that relationship, and since then you haven't been hurt. So
nope.
I mean, there's no such thing as coincidence.
Yeah, and I pray I don't pray for success in games. Like I don't.
Right.
I always say before a game, I don't care what happens,
right.
Win or lose. Just I want everybody to be safe. Like I don't want anybody hurt.
Yeah, because you know how that feels.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and because you said about that when you got injured. Because I was watching your highlight video and I was like, "What game was that?" Because I had the clip of you laying down.
Yeah.
And like your sister's right there.
Yeah.
I think Baker looks over at you and he's just like.
He was so upset. Yeah, he was mad. Like
just like.
I remember that game. They were live streaming it, so there was no fans there or anything. But I'm sitting on the bench and my dad looks over at me. He was like, "Are you gonna play or what?" I was like, "Dad, I can't walk," and he screamed at me. He was mad at me. I was like, "Dad, I seriously can't walk."
Yeah.
But you could hear it on the live stream, him yelling at me. It was so funny. So
are you gonna play or what?
But I had to do all just so I could play the next week. We had to look up YouTube videos and I had to do stem on my ankle.
Yeah.
And it helped me so much that I could kind of run the next week. Yeah. But not really. So warm ups, I was hobbling around.
Sometimes a ankle sprain is worse than
a break.
And you were playing the next week?
Yeah.
Holy
and I couldn't really run. So that's why my sophomore year I didn't run the ball at all, right? And this year I started to run the ball a little more.
Yeah.
Because my dad wouldn't let me run the ball sophomore year because of my ankle.
Right.
But once the adrenaline got through me, right. I threw the touchdown pass to Shimi in the Spring Grove game.
Yeah.
And I sprinted down there was nothing. It was nothing happened.
Probably because adrenaline.
Yeah, and I was so excited because my first touchdown pass ever, all this stuff. So I was yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, that was your first touchdown, high school.
Yeah, technically. I mean, I technically threw one to Pack one year, but like it was a jet pass, so like it doesn't really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like your first.
Yeah, I still have the ball in my room.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Game ball.
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, then you. Wow, I guess now thinking back, you did play the next game, and then you just.
You weren't at the next game.
Well, I wasn't at the Spring Grove game.
Yeah, that was the next.
Because they wouldn't let me in, dude.
Yeah, that was.
I was freaking pissed. And Jack is like, I'm talking to Jack.
You should have stood on the hill.
I should have, yeah. And like, I was talking to Jack, and Jack's like, "What? Why don't you have a media pass?" And I'm like, "I don't know, Jack. Usually they just let me in." And now I got the I Love York Sports.
The media pass.
So I just use that, and it's got my name on it, and they usually just let me in. But whenever I go to York High, they're like,
yeah, they know who you are.
Yeah, but some people don't, and then like. They're like, "Who's this? Who are you?" Blah blah blah. So I get hassled everywhere I go. So it's nothing new that I wasn't able to get in. But like, I think your dad tried to like get me in,
and they still yeah,
it was just because it was the COVID year, and then you could only let a certain amount of people in
with a team
and
or
it's
something
like
that.
Yeah, that was just
that whole year was a mess. That was.
And then like it's crazy because you guys only played 7 games that year.
Yeah, it should have been 8, but Harrisburg had to dip out of the. They got like COVID and couldn't play in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. But like, it's crazy that you and Florida are like on track to beat records.
Yeah.
Because like you only played a 7-game season.
Yeah.
And then even last year, you guys didn't play Spring Grove.
Yeah.
Because did we have COVID or you had COVID? Or
we
they
had
COVID?
one kid with like a possible COVID case,
damn.
and like they found out Saturday he tested negative, and like it was already too late to play the game.
Oh.
Yeah, I got like people from Spring Grove were like posting on Snapchat, calling me like a baby and all this stuff, and like not that nice, but like saying some mean things.
Right.
I still have like videos of them saying that. So like,
oh,
yeah,
nice. Yeah, because Spring Grove was like actually good last year.
Yeah, they
for
were
once. Yeah. Like, so that would have been a good. I was excited for that matchup.
No, we would have won though.
Is it gonna be the same this year for Spring Grove?
They lost a couple people, but they should be pretty good. I mean, they got Andrew Osmond.
And that was like their running back?
He played quarterback.
Oh, never mind.
But they have another quarterback, and I think he's going to play like either receiver, running back, and then he plays safety. And he has 3 of his own D1 offers now, so he's pretty tough. So it should be fun.
Wow. So that's going to be and that's kind of like your like rival because of like your dad's coaching there.
Yeah, it's always been like special, like them. I like honestly Central. Like I don't mess with Central at all. Like I don't really even like.
Everybody hates Central.
Like I don't like some of our kids on our team are like cool with people from Central.
Yeah.
Like they're all right, but like when we play them, like I hate them.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to lose ever. I don't want to lose ever. Like I don't. So
Have you ever beat them?
Me and Florida never have. No.
Never. No.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this year.
It's gonna happen.
I think this year's the year.
But yeah, Spring Grove. It's definitely special because like I grew up there and playing there. So like not playing there, but like messing around there, like while he was practicing all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like. And like the way he got like kind of forced out of Spring Grove, kind of like doesn't sit right with me. So like I always want to, that's why like we beat him in 2020. We went next to the goalpost. Like we had a family picture from there on the goalpost.
Oh yeah.
And we like took a picture there. Yeah. And that was kind of
in your
cool.
York High stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we play there again this year on a Saturday now.
What? A Saturday?
Yeah, because like there's like a referee shortage or something like that.
Oh great. Yeah. A referee shortage.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on, refs. Well, that'll be fun. Hopefully, no games get canceled.
Yeah. I hope
or
not.
do they already have them scheduled out?
They're already scheduled out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like we got like 3 Saturday games. Our Dallas Sun game's on a Saturday too, I think.
Dang.
That's at home though.
Yeah. Same times though. Like.
Yeah, but the last time I played on a Saturday was Northeastern sophomore year.
Yeah, we remember that.
And I threw for like 420 some yards, something like that.
So yeah, there's a freaking fly in here.
That's like single game passing record York High.
Dude, yeah. So that Northeastern game, like
that was like really my game that like I broke out in. Like that was.
Yeah, that was. And I remember like well, if you look back on your highlight video that year, it's just like Central and Northeastern, Central and Northeastern, like the highlights. It's just like Central, and like it's kind of funny because it's a day game, so it kind of throws off the whole video where it's like night day, night day, night day.
But no, that was definitely special, that game.
Yeah,
I remember because I hit you up after that game because I just hit 1,000 yards passing, like first ever.
And then I made that picture.
I was like, yo, Brock, can you make this picture for me?
That picture is dope.
Yeah,
I love that picture, the 1K picture. And then was the Central game after that?
We had like a bye week because Harrisburg couldn't play because of COVID.
Right.
And then we went to Central, and like everybody expected us to get like blown out of the water, and like we really like competed with them for like a long time, and like I threw for like that game I out threw Bo, and like Bo's going to Penn State, but like obviously they won.
250, right? I think you had 250.
I had like 280 or something like that.
What do I have written down? 250, two TDs.
2 TDs, yeah. I threw touchdown to Shimi on a go route.
Yeah, and that clip's awesome. I love that clip.
Yeah, because I got killed.
I was right in the end zone. Oh, really? I didn't even know because I was in the end zone.
They had a DN in Florida.
Didn't block.
He blocked the wrong way, right? So the DN he came through the line and he was like, "Wait a minute, why is nobody blocking me?" Stop for a second. Yeah. I got the ball. I saw him. I was like, "Oh gosh!" Yeah. Threw it, and as soon as I got it off, he killed me. Oh, and he's at Bucknell now playing tight end. So he was like a big kid, like he's 6'4".
Oh.
And then the other one was to Quez.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
He was wide open. Nobody. I was like,
yeah.
But no, yeah, we definitely held our own in that game. But that was.
And even what was it? The Central coach after was like, he had a comment about you. It was just like,
he told me that so I work out with his guy, That's all good. I work out with this guy in Lancaster, at Spooky Nook, and he's like a quarterback trained a bunch of people. So we go there, and I have a bunch of friends that I work out with that go to him, so I went with him.
Yeah.
So the Central coach helps out. And he was like, I still tell people that that was the best of quarterbacks played against me,
wow.
And you just were so mature in that game that you didn't look like you didn't play like a sophomore.
Yeah, man.
So that was kind of cool because that was my first year really playing because I couldn't really play that freshman year.
Yeah.
So.
And to do that against Central.
Yeah.
At Central.
And then they went and played in the state championship game. So that's.
Yeah, to be able to do that. Yeah. Is the game this year at York High?
Yeah, it's been at Central for 3 years now. Well, that's because that COVID year was supposed to be York High, but since it was a playoffs, the higher seed got the home game, so they got it.
Yeah, I was wondering that because the past couple of years we've just gone there.
I hate their field. It's dark.
Yeah,
it's not fully lit up. It's kind of little gloomy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just how I feel when I get there, but
maybe and then this past year. Oh my goodness, the Central game.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Downpouring.
It was bad.
Yeah, do you know I left at halftime?
You should have. There was no reason to stay.
Yeah, I was soaked. It was raining so hard that game. It reminded me of that DeJour Northeastern game.
Oh yeah.
Where it just rained the whole time.
And he had 460 yards rushing. Yeah.
I love that game. That's one of my favorite
but
DeJour games.
It was cold rain too. I couldn't feel my hands.
Yeah, I don't even know how I filmed that game. And then it was cool because I added in the Sports Shooting Stars commentary, and Todd was talking about I don't know, just the way Todd is and he the way he talked about DeJour and
I think those were when Sports Shooting Star was there and you could have the commentary. I was able to
do that.
Those were the best.
The best videos that one, and then the Central game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dallaston game that year.
Yeah.
Those videos.
2018.
Yeah.
Because
I should hire a commentary guy.
That'd be cool.
Or just have Dew and Todd come to all my games. Just hey, you guys follow me, and then we'll collab. But shout out to them because they were always cool with me using their stuff. They could have been what the heck? What are you doing? Yeah. But it helped out, and I got their name out, and then they're still doing it. So I'm super proud of them. They definitely, because I think they're the only. I mean, besides moms on Facebook, they're the only people live streaming the games.
Yeah.
Besides Mandy Kaiser, you know, Toby's mom. Like,
there's like a couple other places, but like no one else does it in New York.
Oh, the Red Line people. Well, they have like their own broadcast.
Yeah, but like everybody started doing that. Like them, they really set the standard for like what people did during COVID.
Yeah. And there's that one. They do a lot of like Harrisburg.
Harrisburg Sports Network or something like that.
Yeah. I forget what they are, but there's a couple.
I know you're talking about. It's like Bruce Bagley or something like that.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, sports streaming stars, they got the right idea because like nobody watches TV anymore. So it's like, it's like if you're able to live stream on the YouTube, Facebook, like you're definitely gonna reach way more people. So yeah, shout out to them. So then sophomore year ended, and then did you just like same thing? Like get in with Baker, and then you were just kind of before junior year.
My sophomore year, we kind of had like there was like this little hitch in my throw that like I dropped the ball down before like I came up.
Oh, okay.
So like our whole thing was like we were trying to get the ball out of my hands fast.
Yeah.
And like so I could have a quick release.
Yeah.
And we worked on that and like my lower body, like throwing with more power for my lower body. So it's really gotten tuned up the past 2 years, and I think right now it's like the best it's been.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you definitely have that quick release now.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then what did I write down here? Oh, so then junior year you had 1,900 yards, and then you're 750 yards away from the all-time record.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That you in Florida's 600 something, and then you're 700 something. Like, that's just insane. And then the fact that like you went to West York, and now you're just here at York High. You're about to just like beat the all-time record. Like, like that's awesome. But yeah, junior year was definitely special. A lot of good games throughout the year.
Coatesville, that was fun.
Coatesville, that game was wild.
It lasted like 4 hours, but it was so much fun.
Was it 4 hours?
The game didn't end till like 10:30.
I just remember I had to pee so bad, and like it wasn't ending. I'm like, oh god, come on.
I remember like
because it was back to back to back to back to
like
back.
going into that game, like I knew Coatesville was good, but like I don't know like the tradition of Coatesville. Like they're always like traditionally good, right?
Yeah.
So we get there and like we're like kind of late because there was a car accident.
Oh, I remember that.
So my dad like asked the AD, he was like, "Can we get like 15 extra minutes warm up?" He was like, "No, it's band night. Like you guys gotta get off the field. Like hurry up." So we're warming up and we had like 10 minutes, and the refs took my game balls. Like I couldn't even warm up with my game balls. They took them like away from us. What? And so we come out and like everybody's like because like when we're not like in rhythm, like in a groove, like sometimes it's like starts slow, right?
Right.
But we came out and like Quez caught the ball and kick off and like ran out of bounds like the 8-yard line, and my dad was like, "Oh great." So then all of a sudden we give the ball to Florida. We start chugging away.
Dude, yeah, he went off that game.
He snapped that game. But then all of a sudden we like started chucking the ball around, and we went 92 yards for a touchdown first drive. And like I was like, all right, they can't beat us. Like we're gonna. And then it was 19-8 at one point. And I was like, yo guys, we got to pick it up. So then we went off. It was like 24-19 at the end of the half. Yeah. And then I just remember like I told like the last play of the game, like not last play of the game, but like we were trying to ice the game. And I was like, yo Florida, like just don't go out of bounds. Like don't go out of bounds, just stay in bounds.
And that was that crazy
And that's
play.
that crazy. He like went in, bounced out, went in and out 3 people. I was like yelling. I was like, don't go out of bounds. Like don't do. Like I screamed at him. And all of a sudden somehow he got in the end zone.
Yeah.
And we're all thinking like, oh great, because now we got to stop them again.
Yeah. Now you.
And so then they ended up scoring, and then we got an onside kick. We recovered it.
Oh yeah.
And take a knee, finish the game. That was the most fun football game I've ever played in my life. Like it was.
That game was wild.
It was so wild. But I remember like me and Florida were like getting interviewed after the game.
Oh yeah.
And like we were both sitting there like dancing, like hugging, like high-fiving each other because like that was like fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
And no one expected us to beat them. Like there was another video guy there, right?
Yeah, I saw
and he was only filming like pregame, only filming them because he thought they were gonna blow us. Like he texted me after, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I thought they were gonna like blow you guys out. Like I only filmed them." I was
and I remember seeing him on like our side, like pregame.
Yeah,
I'm like, who's this kid? And like, So that was cool that he put that out.
Mhm.
He took some dope pics.
Yeah, those pictures were nice.
Pictures are
I think his
dope.
pictures were better than his video, but his pictures were.
Yeah.
His video was like uncut,
Yeah.
which I guess gives you a different feel, but like
Yeah.
not everybody's Brock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not everybody can be official. That's for sure. And then one thing that I was just thinking about when you were talking about that is the Dover game. And I love when your dad does this, where, you know, usually like a team will show up like an hour, 2 hours before the game.
Oh no, yeah.
Warm up, you know, get on the field. And your dad has done this thing. I've seen him do it multiple times.
Done it like 3 times now, yeah.
Where you guys warm up at your home field,
Yeah.
and then you drive to the field like 5 minutes before the game.
See, I was
not
getting,
that close.
I was getting all worried that game, right? Because like, so we warming up and we get there, and they messed up the bus. Like they didn't tell us where to go the right place. All of a sudden, the marching band comes down, right? So I'm like, okay, they're gonna let us go first, right? No, they made us wait for the entire marching band to go across, and we had to like slowly creep behind them. So we got on the field like 15 minutes
to
go.
Close.
Got to the coin toss, and like all the Dover fans were like, "Where's everybody at? Like what the heck?"
Even
Like,
I was like, "What the heck?"
yeah. And then like we walked in with like our bags, just walked down the side, pop them down, get dressed, ready to go, and
That
came
was
out.
awesome.
Came out. Florida brought like a touchdown back first kickoff.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that game was awesome. I got a lot of highlights
Yeah, that
that
game was fun.
game.
that game was fun.
And like, that's when was that when you started running, or did you start running before that?
No, that was probably the first game I ran.
Yeah, because you did that.
No,
It
I
was
ran.
like
I ran against McCaskey once. one
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
I told him all week.
Oh
I said,
yeah,
guys.
the touchdown.
I said, guys,
Yeah.
listen. If we're near the end zone,
Yeah.
and we call our inside zone, I was like, I'm pulling the ball. I'm gonna score, and like it's supposed to be like a read. Like so, if they come inside, I pull it.
Read option.
He didn't come inside. Like I just took it and I ran around him, and all of a sudden there was like 2 guys standing right there. I just like had to like lunge myself because I was
Yeah,
like,
you almost didn't make it.
you know, I would have got like my dad and like our O-line coach would have screamed at me if I wouldn't have like scored. Like they were screaming at me. So I was like, I gotta get in the end zone. So I like jumped in there. But no, that was fun because that was the first time like I really ran the ball and I was like,
Yeah.
that like gave me the confidence. I was like, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah. Did you run? You didn't really run Coatesville.
No, it like didn't really. I probably should have a couple of times, but I didn't.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think it was the Coatesville game. Did you ever see that clip? It's in Quez's video. It's either the Dover game or Coatesville game. I think it's Coatesville. And it's that guy, he falls over. Where it's like Quez scores. Because the game was very back and forth, back and forth. And it's the clip where like Quez...
That's
Bro,
crazy.
I literally live on a one-way. Like, people just do this all
That's
the time.
crazy.
Anyways, Quez scores, and like it was one of those things. Like the kid literally like fainted. Do you remember?
Oh
that?
no, yeah.
It's in his highlight video.
There's one in his video against Red Lion where he went like boop, boop, and the kid just like he wasn't even near the kid really, and the kid just went
drops.
boom.
Yeah,
I was like, how did he do that? Like, I didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and it's funny because if you listen closely to that clip, Rob was right beside me.
Yeah, I heard
he goes,
that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And if you listen to it, he's right there. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Like the kid like fainted when Quez scored.
Hey, he went off that game.
Yeah.
He had he had all 4 of my touchdown passes.
Oh really?
Yeah, but once we got inside the 20-yard line, it was like he was like the ball was like heat to him. Like he would always go get it, right? But outside of the ends, outside of the red zone, Janaz had 176 yards receiving. Like we talked about it today.
Oh wow.
Because we were talking about Woodland Hills, to beat good teams, our whole team needs to be on point and have good games.
Right.
So we were talking about it, and we were just talking about how Janaz played good, Johnny played good, Quez played good, Florida played good, I played good, our O-line played good. We were talking about that today. That's kind of funny.
Right. Yeah. And then like I was saying, Dover, that was kind of I remember you had that one run. Was that a extra point run?
Yeah.
Where you just kind of sprinted right
Yeah.
in. Yeah. I think you went in untouched probably.
Yeah, nobody touched me. Yeah.
So that probably gave you the confidence. and then you just started running.
Yeah, I was like, I told my like,
I never seen you run before.
I told my dad, I was like, listen, I'm good. Let me run the ball, and they started letting me run the ball. So I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, man, dual threat, becoming that dual threat. So, yeah.
The big one was Dallastown this year.
Yeah,
When,
but then you got clobbered at the end of it.
I like hit the one. I hit the one kid, right, and then like I like spun and like they held me up, and then there was like 6 people all of a sudden around me. I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
But like that's like the big game. I was like, you know what? I can run this, whatever.
Yeah. And then you guys had. I mean, there's a couple games you guys had that couple breakout performances. The Northeastern game.
Yeah.
Where you guys came out in the old Nike jerseys.
That was dope.
That was
senior night. They were like, all right, let's do something special. We can't do that this year, really.
Why?
Because like our helmets won't match anything.
Oh yeah, that would look kind of off.
Yeah. But like that was dope. Like that was like those by far like my favorite York High uniforms though, for sure.
Yeah, and they only wore them for 1 year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they wore them 2015. They were brand new.
Right.
And then like the coach left and like nobody gave their jerseys back in, so they lost a bunch of jerseys. So we had to get new ones in 2017 because like 2016 we had like people with like one number for home and like another number for away. So we had to get new jerseys, but like we like pieced enough together that like we could have them all. And those jerseys, like my sophomore year, I was gonna wear number 1.
Oh really?
I was at practice and I had number 11 for my practice jersey. It was like the white Nike ones, right? Yeah. And I was like, the one guy, Richard Bailey, came took pictures, and I looked at like 11 and I was like, hold on a second, this looks kind of good. Yeah. So then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear 11. So I wore 11.
Nice.
And that's where that came from.
Yeah. That's cool. Were you gonna wear 1 because of de jure?
No, I was just gonna wear 1 to wear 1. Yeah.
Just a 1. Yeah.
But then, well, like my freshman year, I had 15.
Oh yeah.
You know why I picked 15?
Like a pro.
I made my Twitter, and like I didn't put the number. Like I just put like Sam Stoner, and it like made my username for me. Oh. And it put Sam Stoner 15, and I was like, all right, well I'm gonna wear 15 then.
Well, there you
go. That's
what
happened. I was like, what? Like I never. So.
That's kind of like that's how Post Malone found his rap name. He did like a rap generator. That's how he found out because his name is Austin Post, and he put that in like a rap generator and came out Post Malone.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, junior year was just like y'all were just going off.
Yeah.
And then was able to make a couple highlight videos of you. What was it? What's it like seeing yourself now on the highlight videos when like you used to watch Dorsey, de jure and all them? Like that probably feels crazy.
Yeah, like I grew up watching them, so I was like, I always wanted to be like the guy in the video, right? So like my sophomore year, I was all excited because like,
finally.
like I swear, like every like video you put out, I was like, I screen recorded like my plays, right, just so I could have them. And then when I got to have my video, I was so excited, like
finally, you didn't have to screen record anymore.
I was like, oh my gosh, and like. Just
no more
like
screen recording.
Having that piece like in my high school journey, like to have those videos, because like not like kids like they get videos like every now and again from like the news or something like that, but like they don't have like
a full season,
a full time season. Like that's dope, and like the fact that you do that, it's awesome for us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love doing it for you guys. Like it's just because I know like how much like this moment in time, like you'll never get this back again. So to be able to like go through and like be able to look back and be like, oh shoot, like remember that Central game?
And like have that,
and be able to look back, like it's really cool. And then hopefully YouTube never dies, and like it can stay on there forever. And you'll be able to look back like your dad and be like, hey, remember 10 years ago?
I was pretty good too, like.
Remember 30 years? Check out my 30-year highlight video. This was me 30 years ago, son. And your son will be like, yeah, all right, Dad. Like,
because like no one ever believes him because like he's like this big fat guy now. So they're like, you didn't play running back.
I mean,
like,
once again, I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, but he always like tell Dorsey like he would have ran Dorsey over all this stuff.
Oh, I bet. Because he's a big.
Yeah, he ran for like
big body.
He ran for like 11 NFL teams out of college.
Wait, what?
He ran went to test for 11 NFL teams out of college. Yeah.
What?
He was he ran a 4.40.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I don't know where that went because I don't run a 4.4, but he ran a 4.4. He had a 38-inch vertical. He was
beast.
Now went to West Virginia for to test and stuff, and it was me and 8 of our teammates to I had the highest vertical out of my teammates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you got it from your dad, I guess.
I don't know.
Somewhere in there, you got it from him. So yeah, your junior year ended, and then you're back in the lab.
Yep.
Now, and then you started when did you get your first? Tell me about your first D1 offer. First was St. Francis, right?
No, Towson was first.
Oh, Towson was first. Okay.
So I'd always we always go to Towson for a spring practice because after last year and at that 7-on-7 in their camp they were really interested in me, so we were just going to went to a spring practice with Joden because he was already committed.
Right.
So we went with Joden, and then we came back with 8 of our teammates just because my dad wanted our team to see what a college practice is like is we try to make our practices like that. And so we're standing there in a group of people, and it's me and all my teammates, and the head coach walks over and he's talking to me. He was he turned to my teammates and was yeah, he was I got one question, is he the hardest worker on the team? And they all were yeah, for sure. And so he looked at me, he was hard work gets hard work makes success, and he I'm gonna offer you a full scholarship offer to Towson. And I was and having that moment with not even not just my dad, because my dad's there,
right,
but my teammates, that was huge. That was cool. Yeah.
And the fact that your teammates vouched for you.
Yeah, that's.
He could have been nah, he slacks off, but it's no, he puts in the work. So wow, that's a cool moment. So you got offered in person. Yeah. It wasn't a call.
I got
or a text.
That offer and St. Francis were both in person, and then Southern Utah, obviously, I didn't go over there. He saw me throw last year at the National Preps Combine. Yeah. And he liked me. And then I was at the beach for the 4th of July, right? I told you.
Yeah.
And it literally was the 4th of July.
Oh, wow.
And I'm on the beach. I was in the water with my sister's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was came back to my phone, and I had a call from him. I was oh, what the heck? He normally calls check in on me.
Right.
So I was hey coach, I was in the water. Sorry, I have my phone with me now. So he calls me back. Yeah. And he was hey, just want this to be a special day. Hey, we're gonna offer you a full scholarship and all this stuff. So then we spent 20 minutes on the phone just talking about Southern Utah. Wow. And that was a cool moment. I was on the beach, I had my feet in the water, walking through the water, talking. That was a cool moment.
Wow.
And then my first call after that was because all my family was with me, so I didn't have to call in my family members, but
right.
My first call was Dorsey.
Oh,
and
man, that's awesome.
I FaceTimed him. I was yo, I just got the offer from Southern Utah. And he knew I was talking to them, and he was bro, that's huge. That's wow. The West Coast, the west part of of the U.S. And he was he was bro, you're gonna make me cry.
Damn.
I watched you grow up, and that's crazy, because wow. He told me when I was a freshman, he didn't want to be in line with me throwing, and because I was not very good.
Oh,
but
okay.
But now today he came and worked out with us and threw with us, yeah. And every time I was up, he hopped up so he could throw with me. So wow. It's cool the almost I made him proud kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, man. So it's you made your hero proud.
Yeah, that's cool, right? Yeah.
Wow, man, that's a whole 360 of a story. Now he's proud of you, and I'm sure kind of same thing with me. When I first saw you, it's
mm-hmm.
Who would have ever thought?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who had what?
Yeah.
This is crazy. Not only just one D1 offer, but to get one from the West Coast.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome, man.
Because all the people that don't like my dad and people in the city that right. little group, but that fuels our whole thing. The outside of the building, right. The quote on the door is the only motivation you need is somebody to doubt you. And that's how I live my life is if somebody tells me I can't do something, it makes me want it more. Right. So after my freshman year, and everybody's oh, Stoner's son sucks, he's not a good kid, he's not a good player, all that right. stuff, that fueled me to want to do what I did.
Wow.
And then now with that offer, yeah. Towson, oh, it's his dad's alma mater, blah blah blah.
Right.
but like I got an offer from Southern Utah. Like, what they can't really say anything
Can't
about
say
that.
anything
Like
now.
that's the west part of the U.S. That's western part of the U.S. Like, what are they gonna say? Like,
Yeah.
so like just like I know I proved myself, but like I have more to prove and more people to prove wrong and prove myself right. That's just like how I live my life, is to prove people wrong and myself right.
Yeah, because they could have easily just been like, "Oh, he only got the Towson offer because of his dad."
Yeah, so like,
and it's like now it's like, no, I have multiple D1 offers. Like, it's not just my dad. And then even like in high school, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people probably say that, like, "Oh, he's only starting because his dad's the coach."
It was a big thing. Like this year, even like if we like, so like we lost to Mifflin, go back to school. I'm like the worst player in the state of PA, worst player in the history of football, right?
It's like, dude, you played Governor Mifflin.
Like number 1 running back in the nation, right?
Yeah, okay.
But then, like we win a game, I'm like, everybody like likes me. It's like quarterback, you're like either hero or like nothing.
Yeah.
So
there's
like,
no in between.
And like especially with like me being my dad's son, like with the people that already don't like him, like people want me to fail, want me to not to succeed. So when I do that, it makes it feel so much better because like you know people are rooting for your failure.
Right.
But like if you can rise above all that and not worry about that, then like that's really winning.
Right. Yeah, man. And then so then how is that, like, how is it having your dad be your coach? Like, is it like, does he have a turn off mode where it's like he turns it off once he gets home?
So at football, he really doesn't like. He lets my quarterback coach me the most.
Oh, okay, well, that's good.
But like, I'm not supposed to like call him dad at practice. Like I have to call him coach, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like
that makes sense.
Sometimes he'll be like he'll mess something up and like say something wrong at practice. I'll be like, nah, it's this, and like he knows I'm right and he's wrong, but he won't admit that he's wrong, so he like yells at me. But like it's just like a funny dynamic. And like when we get home, like we talk about football, but like he's my dad first, and like he like cares about me and all that stuff. So like
of course.
We like to this year we went to like all these spring practices. Yeah. Like normally he'd take like a bunch of kids to him.
Right.
And he did that like for like part of the spring, and then like for 2 weeks he would like shut it down. He was like, "Listen, me and you are gonna take visits, and we're gonna go see what you like." So we went around for 2 weeks, and that was a fun time.
Just you and him?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome that you guys get to like experience.
Yeah,
that.
It's a special bond that we can build.
Yeah.
Like him coaching me.
Yeah.
Like we'll always have like, cause like other dads like they sit at home while their kids are practicing, like ask them about practice, but like we are there together, and like we can have those memories forever. Yeah,
it's like you guys have a whole different type of relationship. Like some people, their dads aren't even there. Yeah. So the fact that you're able to like have that, like,
yeah, I'm definitely fortunate for that. That's
cherish that. Yeah. Cause not a lot of people, you know, I heard it the other day. It's like we all need coaches in life.
Yeah.
You know, we always need somebody to push us. And to have your dad be your coach, like, that is.
And like his whole thing, like during COVID, like it was all like, it's not like he's one of those dads that like, well, you have to do this. Like, let's go work out. Let's do that. Like, like I don't know what he did to me when I was younger, but like I feel like he'd be like I'm disappointing him if I don't. Like I feel like that. Like he never made me do it, but like he'd be like if you want to work out, do it. Like you're not hurting me, you're hurting yourself. So I was like, you know what, like you're right, and like I want to make him proud. Right. So like I do this, and like I do that stuff. So like I like work out, so make him proud, and like not even anymore really, like because I know I've made him proud, and I know he's proud of me. Right. Because he's voiced that, but like now I want to be proud of myself. You know. Right. So like it's just that whole thing that like he's the one that got the ball rolling for me, and like made me start loving what I do. Yeah. Yeah, because it's like it can either go one or two ways. Like he could push you to the point where you hate football. Because I've talked to like coaches' kids that like he told me like one of our other coaches' his sons. Y'all have like your own group, like people. One of our other coaches' sons, like he played and he was like just like don't like burn out, like don't do too much. I was like, no, like he's not making me do this. Like I want to do this. Like it's not him, it's me. Yeah. Well, so that's just like that's a really good thing. Yeah, that's good you have that drive because, like you said, like, dude, because then it's like, you know, you can mess up at practice and then it's like you go home and then you're still getting reamed out. And it's like, what's the point? What's the point of doing this? The Mifflin game, our drive home. both like this. No one said anything to anybody.
Oh no.
At all.
Oh jeez.
And we finally got home. We pulled in. I was like, Dad, I'm sorry. I played so bad.
Right.
And he was like, next game we're good.
Yeah.
So and then the next game came in, threw for like 390 yards.
Oh,
So
there you go. Yeah. And being able to like move forward from that, you know, I think takes a lot of just like a lot of life skills that you learn to, you know, kind of, you know, the past is in the past, you know, let's move on.
That's like a big part of quarterback. Like, say you throw an interception, next drive you got to get rid of it. Like, you don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you just have a short memory and then you're good.
Or like the big mentality of like halftime. It's like, okay, after halftime it's 0-0.
Yeah.
You know, we're coming out.
I remember our Wilson game this year, right?
Oh,
my dad, he like we were hanging in there, but like I was getting hit all the time. Like I was hurting. Like me and Florida were both hurting. Like, and we're sitting
so
like
cold.
Yeah, and we were like chilling there, like at halftime, like because we doing all like our breakdowns, all this stuff, like what we need to change. And he comes over, like it was just me and Florida. He said, "You guys can't stop. Like you guys are like carrying this team right now. Like don't stop. Let's go. Right. Like we can win this game." And like we really believed that. And then me and Florida came out and like we're like gave it our all until like the last whistle because like we didn't want to stop playing. Right. So like that was just like a cool moment.
Yeah, and then just being able to like have those moments with him, like that's way more than like a scrapbook could ever.
Because like he never tells any like Dorsey, he was really good. Dejour, really good. Right. He never told them like good job. Never tells anybody good job. But to hear him when he like said that to like me and Florida, like that like hit different. Like that was crazy. Wow. Like he never tells Florida good job. Never tells like anybody good job because we're just doing what's expected of us. Yeah. And that's how like I live. Like hard work is expected. I shouldn't be rewarded for doing hard work or like getting good grades in school.
It's like that's expected.
You should get good grades in school. Like you should be rewarded for that. Yeah. So like that's what I like.
Okay, that's a good lesson. Yeah. And then the other part of it is like you're probably learning like so many different life lessons.
Yeah. I
mean, not only football in general, sports in general give you so many lessons, but to be learning that type of stuff like on the daily.
Yeah. That's like when I was around him, like when he was at Sprint Grove, like I always heard about like the drugs, alcohol, like the money, that stuff. Yeah. Like that's why I don't mess with any of that stuff at all because like that can like screw up your life. And like he always voiced that to all his players. Right. And like they had a kid at Spring Grove that like OD'd, and like that's why it was like a really big concept. Like they didn't want
on the football team.
Yeah. Well, it was like a couple years after like he left.
Wow.
Like he came back.
Who was that? Do you remember?
His name's DeAndre Gaskins.
Okay.
And he was the nicest kid ever. He was. Oh. So that was bad, but I always was around that, so like it was what I believe in is like I don't do it, like I don't mess with that stuff.
Yeah, man, because like you can go down a very bad path, and it's like you have all these blessings and like all this stuff going on right now, and like one little hit of something, one little sip of something can definitely hinder your whole.
Like, cause I have like no desire to like do any of that stuff. Like,
awesome.
Like, I can wait to drink alcohol till I'm 21. Yeah. Like, I don't ever really want to smoke. That's not.
Yeah. Right. And I see your dad. Your dad's always smoking his cigars and and drinking his little drinks.
That'll be exciting because we got like every year we do like the York Media Day. And now it's on it's on Zoom now. So the past 2 years he's done it at the beach, like on the beach. So like and like
smoking a cigar.
Yeah, and like I've never been like the spokesperson for the team. Yeah. Like I've never like been like the one that gets interviewed because like last year was like Joden and like Steven and those guys.
Right.
So I think this year it'll probably be like me in Florida. But like
is that when like each school goes back in the day?
Yeah, they all went
and goes to one location.
All the reporters walk around each So it'll probably be like me in Florida this year, but like I'll be like on the beach with him, like right next to him. Like that'll be cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that'll be dope.
Nice. What? Like before it was just him on the camera?
Yeah, before it would just be him, and then it'll be like me and him. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be cool. They're still gonna do it in Zoom?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
It's just easier for everybody because then like they don't all have to meet one place.
Right. Yeah. That's Yeah, that's probably easier for everybody. So yeah, and then it's like you're getting all these offers. You're going to all these camps. You know, I guess it's kind of hard to say, where you want to go right now.
Yeah,
Because it's like you're still getting offers. Are you gonna kind of wait?
I think I'm gonna wait till like after the season next year,
Right.
and then like probably do something like with the video, for like my highlight video.
Yeah,
something
let's
with
do
that. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the highlight video,
Yeah.
or we could even I can make a separate one.
Yeah,
Just so it's like, and so it's not like
yeah.
that's your only thing. Because I've done it before.
You did one for Demont, didn't you?
Like, yeah. No, but I'm trying to think of like, remember? Yeah, it was. So Dorsey's senior year,
Mhm.
I made his highlight video.
Yeah.
And at this point, he already committed to Howard
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. And it's funny because at the end of his video, it's like a picture, his
The
commit,
Howard,
Howard commit video,
yeah.
and it's like.
Well, now you look back on it. If
yeah,
you watch it, he's not at Howard
now
anymore.
you look back and you're like, oh, he don't even go there.
Yeah.
He stopped going there, and now he goes to a whole different school. So I've kind of learned to like
separate the two.
maybe
yeah.
we'll separate
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
So then whatever
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Let's say you commit
Mhm.
somewhere, and then it's like you're not there anymore, or something
Yeah.
happens, and so we'll make a separate video for that. But I definitely learned my lesson with that, and Khalid and all that. So. So you're gonna wait,
Yeah, I'm gonna wait
kind
and
of see
see.
what happens.
I'm gonna put out my senior film and see if anything else shakes out.
Oh yeah, because you could
And
do that, and
yeah.
then, dang, yeah, you
So-
might get some more offers.
But I don't really have like right now. Like, I was at a family party yesterday, and one of my cousins, she was like,
yeah,
"What's your like top school?" And I was like, honestly, like, I don't know yet. Like, I don't wanna.
yeah,
I'm just like,
because you only have a few offers.
yeah, I'm just like right
So-
now. I've tried to put like a pause on recruiting, and just like worried about like our team getting our team ready.
That's good. Because like you said, coaches are calling
Mhm.
you. They're, taking up your time. So I think that's a good idea to
Yeah.
just focus on the season coming up.
Mhm.
Because it's like, it's funny because I asked Florida his goals for West Virginia,
Mhm.
but then I'm like, wait, shoot. He needs to focus on
Yeah.
the season. Then I'm like, wait, maybe I should ask you your goals for this season
Mhm.
before, because he even said he's like, I'm not really, I'm not
Yeah.
there yet.
Mhm.
Obviously, of course, he has, future goals, but I
Mhm.
think it's best to focus on what's ahead,
Yeah.
not the task at hand. Where it's like, a lot of people, especially for sports, they'll be like, oh, well, what do you think about week 5?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what
We gotta
about
get
like
through
week 1?
2, 3, and 4 first. Yeah.
We gotta get through these weeks first until we think about week 5.
Like, there was somebody that asked us last year. It was like week 6. They were like, "How are you guys preparing for Central?" And I was like,
What?
"Nobody cares about Central right now. We're
Yeah.
worried about week 6. We're gonna play
Yeah.
week 6, and then when it comes to week 10, we'll play week 10. That's all
That
that
was a
comes."
dumb question.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on, like what?"
Oh man, yeah, that's, you gotta focus on the now. Focus
Yeah.
on what's ahead. I wanted to ask you though. So for those that don't know, Sam is a left-handed quarterback.
Yeah.
What's kind of like? Are there any like pros and cons, or is it kind of like
It's kind of like the same
it's
thing.
just the same?
except,
you're
like-
just standing different. You have a different
Yeah.
stance.
Yeah, except like there's a couple quarterback coaches that like we've come in contact with that like don't want to coach a left-handed quarterback just because like it's mirrored. So like it's different when you're coaching them. So like I don't know. I don't think it's much of a difference
Right.
because like I recently just started like training quarterbacks
Yeah.
and like he was right-handed and I don't like it's not that much different because like it's all the same motion just a different
Right.
hand.
Yeah.
So if you have that ability just to mirror it, it's not that big of a deal. But some coaches, I guess, just don't want to do it. So
Yeah. And then that might your like recruiting process
yeah,
might they'll see that and be like, oh, he's left-handed. We don't want to sign him. Like, so yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, I mean, obviously it's the same
Yeah.
mechanics.
Mhm.
It's just different stance.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then is there any like are there any advantages
Not really, because like
not really.
the only thing is like I guess it's easier to throw to one side, but like
Right.
then it's
Obviously,
harder for a right hand to do the same. But they can do
Yeah.
throw to the other side better than you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's not really any different that much,
Right.
unless you're like that one kid that like can throw with both hands. That was crazy.
ambidextrous.
That was crazy.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, "What?"
I was throwing.
heck?
I was throwing right-handed for a little bit when I had my sling on. For a little bit, I was throwing a little.
Right.
That was.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year. They're like we were playing Central, and like I wasn't clear to like throw or anything, but like I was. I don't know why I had adrenaline. I wasn't playing, but like I was like throwing the ball and my shoulder was fine. Everything, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then my dad like at the end of the game he's like, "Hey, were you throwing the ball like during pregame?" And I was like, "No." Like he was like, I was like, "No." He was like, "You can't. You can't do that." I was like, "All right." But like,
man. Yeah, being able to do ambidextrous, like,
yeah, that'd be crazy.
that kid is like on a whole nother level.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because like a lot of people, they're just like one-sided.
Yeah, that's like what happened. Like if my left hand gets held down, that's like he'd be able to like just like throw it right-handed fine.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, I when I saw that, I was like, holy cow. So shout out to that kid, whoever that is. I don't even know who it is. I just saw it on Max Preps, and I was like, holy cow. So yeah, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but I mean, like, your faith, your belief in God, and being able to kind of put faith over fear, I think sets you apart, especially at this level. Kids are dealing with a lot. They got social media, and all this, I got to be this type of person and I got to have this many likes. And so being able to kind of, and then just like the daily, weekly struggles of like a teenager, it's like you're able to put faith over fear. And like it kind of probably sets you apart, in those times, because a lot of kids, they'll give up easily. So is that kind of what drives you?
I feel like if you trust him, like he has a plan like set out for you already.
Yeah.
So like any decision you make, like he already like thought out the decision for you. So like he already knows what your end goal is, and like once like everything you make, like every choice you make, you're gonna make the right choice in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like he knows what is meant for you, and like that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
It kind of takes a lot of like pressure off me that way.
Yeah.
Thinking about it that way.
Yeah. Instead of being like, holy cow, you're at Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
You're like, it's just like, calm down. Pray.
If it happens, it's supposed to happen. That's how I think about it.
And that's what I was saying. Like, there's no such thing as like coincidence.
Yeah.
It's like everything happens
it's
for a reason.
Yeah.
And like, having people like, Dorsey, all those guys, like the guys that do the whole like push-ups and prayers, like, I think that's awesome. Cause like, and I was even telling them, it's like, you're influencing a whole generation of kids, because a lot of kids right now, they're going through all these problems, and like there's no type of
outlet to get like your feelings out,
right? Besides like, oh, let's go, sure, I'll go smoke some weed,
that's
like, I'll go to this party, and then they got way more problems.
I've never been to a high school party.
Wow, nice.
I just like my friends know what my goals are, so like some of my friends like that are into that stuff, I like they know like when they're gonna do that, like they don't let me come around, like because they know what my goals are, and they know that's like how serious I am about that. So like that's dope. That's
good. So then it's like people kind of know not only your goals, but then it's like your dad as well. It's like they don't want to disappoint your dad and like get you into all this stuff. So that's good. So do you try to like stick around like the winners? You try to stick around those people.
Like the hand that holds you is what holds you back. So like if you have friends that are like you and like-minded, like if you stay around people that like want to win, then you're gonna win, and they're gonna win too. But if you're like around a bunch of people that like are down in the dumps and do all that stuff, then like they're gonna eventually drag you down, and that's like I try to stay away from that. Yeah, man.
It's always like the whole like you are what you eat, but it's like you are like who you hang out around. Like if you hang out with those types of people, you're going to start doing those types of things. So if you're over here, you know, you're working out, you're getting ready for the season. Like, I think that's going to benefit you so much. Like,
there's like an exception to it. Like, if there's like one person and like you're trying to get that person away from them, because then the good will outweigh the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's like a group of people that are doing it right, and you like accept one of those people in to try to help them get away from that stuff, then that's different. But like, you gotta keep the good outweighing the bad, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, and just try to stay on the course, and follow, you know, his plan. So, I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but you say you pray. Do you any type of like meditation?
No, not really.
Yeah.
So like,
I've tried before. It's
really?
tough.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. Like meditating and like trying to just like calm my mind, but it's so hard.
Yeah. Football games during national anthem, I pray.
Right.
I go to church on Sundays, and then I pray either before if I didn't pray like before I went to bed, because like sometimes I just like fall asleep by accident.
Right. Yeah.
Then
I do that sometimes.
I'll
too.
pray like in the morning when I wake up, like if I forget to. But that's
nice.
I try to like ever since that ankle sprain, I've been
That's awesome, man. I had no clue.
Cause like I felt like it was like cause I got hurt, right?
Right.
And I felt like maybe that was my sign that I was supposed to go to him, and I didn't. And then when I got hurt again, like it wasn't as serious, but that like he was like, okay, well, why'd you not come in? And then now everything's been fine. So
that's awesome, man. And then I go. Have you ever heard of Providence in Spring Grove church?
I saw you did a couple things with him though.
Yeah. You should come. You know, if you ever, I know you go to LCBC, but come check us out in Spring Grove. I think you'd like it a lot. Like the worship's really good.
Yeah.
The pastor's awesome. We have a couple pastors that and it's just, you know, we're non-denominational, so, you know, we're not shoving any type of like religion down your throat. It's just, you know, we're there to worship God, and you know, it brings in a younger crowd. You know, when you go there, kind of like worship, it feels like you're like at a concert. It's like one of those like
that's the same way LCBC feels.
Oh, really?
Like it's all because they like play the music and all that stuff, and they like sing.
So then, because I've heard at the one you go to, do they have like a physical pastor there?
No,
or
so
they
like
do the screens?
they have a pastor there that like talks to you at the beginning.
Okay.
Right, and then people sing for a while, and then the screen comes down, and it's like the pastor that he lives in like Lancaster.
Oh,
but
like right down the road.
Yeah, I know, and they like because they're from Texas or something like that, and like they like spread out everywhere, and like he's one main guy, so it gets streamed like nationwide.
Yeah.
And he always has a good message, and it's always cool.
Nice.
And like there's a couple of times that like when I went to church when I was younger, but like I didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah, me too.
And like I'm sitting there thinking, like, now that I'm taking it seriously, like everything he talks about, like I can like associate that with my like life every day.
Right.
So that's always a cool thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too, is just like not comparing out and being like, oh, that doesn't relate to me.
Yeah.
Like, try to like take the good. You said take the good, and you know, just try to put it into your life, put it in motion. Because I think a lot of people are stuck where like, they'll hear a couple good things, but then they don't put it to action. It's definitely, you know, you got to put it to action. You got to live it out. But yeah, I heard about LCBC, and I heard like that's what they do. Like they kind of stream. So it's
definitely different. Yeah.
To ask that. Yeah. Man, I love like God has definitely like turned my whole life around. And so hearing you and like you talk about it, like, dude, that's awesome. So then, you know, you kind of talked about injuries and stuff, but what's kind of like the toughest thing that you've had to go through in football?
So I think it was definitely like when I broke my collarbone, and like I had to sit there and watch like people like doing what I wanted to do, like, because I was so excited, like my whole life I felt like I was like gearing towards being able to play high school football for my dad, right?
And then it's like, bam.
And then like I got hurt, and I was sitting there like doing, like I was this close to like doing exactly what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to go play, start for him, all that stuff. And then I got hurt, and I was like sitting there like, like that could have been me, like.
Yeah.
And like I questioned at the time. I was like, am I supposed to like be doing like am I supposed to play football? Like is this what I'm meant to do? So then like when I came back sophomore year and got hurt again, I was like, okay, what the heck? Like this is something's wrong.
Yeah.
But then like I just kept going and kept chugging away, and like now I'm where I'm at, and that's
good, man. That's a
like,
good lesson. Like
it's
perseverance.
definitely not like a straight line to success. It's like up and downs.
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
crazy.
You gotta weather the storm.
Yeah.
And that's like an awesome story about perseverance, because you could have easily just been like, oh man, my collarbone. Which one was it? Your right or
My
left?
left one.
Your left.
The one I throw with, yeah.
Your throwing arm.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I had to sit there, like that's why I said I started throwing with my right hand, because I was like this.
Oh,
like
man.
I didn't want to just sit there like at all. So I would just like sometimes I'd like sneak my thing off. It still hurt a little bit, but I was throwing because I wanted to throw it.
Did you have any like complications? Like, I mean, as far as like your pain.
It's still like now, right now, like if I touch it, it's still kind of numb. And they told me like it's starting to come back like fully. Like last year this time, it was still fully numb.
Yeah.
So now it's like it's getting back to like normal. But they told me like 2 years, because like I still have like a scar.
Oh dang.
Yeah, no.
There's a scar.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's a wild scar.
They told me like it went when I broke it. It like went like this.
Oh.
But then the kid landed on me when I fell, so it went like that. So then they told me if I didn't get it up, like, cause like when I was like my fault, my last day, like into like my last day before I got hurt, it was like before I had my surgery, like I was fine, I could move it and everything.
Yeah.
But they said like I had to get it fixed, or else like my collar would like my shoulder would be shortened, because it was like this.
Oh. Wow.
So I got it fixed, and like it felt fine. Then I got my surgery, and they had to like break it apart again and pull it back and put it together, and it throbbed and hurt so much.
I bet, dude.
It was crazy. Like I remember waking up in the hospital, and I was like it was just boom, 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 throbbing, and it hurt. So it was crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably the toughest,
toughest
thing you had to go through. I forgot it was your throwing arm.
Yeah, but like that, and just like not worrying about like the people in the city that don't want us to succeed. Because like it was crazy. Like my freshman year, 2019, we played Central, lost Central, right? And then we played Exeter the next week in a playoff game. No one showed up to the game.
Yeah, dude.
Like it really shows you like people really don't care if you're not winning.
No.
So like it like shows their true colors. Like they don't care about us really.
No. And
like like some of the stuff like they said about like 17, 16-year-old kids like that are just playing football.
Yeah.
They play football. It's insane. Like so, you just gotta stay away from them and stay away from the negativity like that's in that city.
Right.
And because like we don't do it for like the people in this, like there's a certain group of people that we do it for in the city.
Yeah, of course.
That are like the good people in the city, but like we do it for each other. So we we care about each other on the team. Like like the past couple of years we talked about family on our team, but like this year like this is the most like I care about every single one of my teammates. Like
that's awesome.
Like they're my brother, because like they really are. Like we sweat together, bleed together, like all this stuff.
Create this bond.
Yeah, and especially with like that new building we have now.
Yeah, man.
We're together like all the time. Like you know spike ball.
Yeah, I love spike ball.
We had like this little turf area.
Oh,
past couple of days we've been playing spike ball in there.
Spike ball gets intense.
It gets intense, and like especially when everybody like learns how to play. Like really.
Did you ever play it on the beach?
Yeah,
the beach
that's
is
where
awesome
we learned.
because you can kind of dive.
Yeah.
And,
but like in that turf room, like it gets like off the walls, all this stuff. Like it's so much fun in there. Like, and like we started like getting really into it because like everybody's starting to know how to play. So like now like the ball is actually like it takes a while to get like 1 point, and we leave there drenched, and like just having that like that space to have fun with our teammates and like bond with our teammates is gonna be like a huge game changer for us. Like when we get playing on Friday nights, because it's a big thing. Like team chemistry. Like if you don't have team chemistry, you could have the best players in the world. Doesn't matter. Right. If you have a kid that wants to play for your teammate, like if you want to play for each other, that's the most powerful thing in sports. Like it's crazy. Yeah,
because it's not an I sport. There's no I in team.
No,
like they say.
You need to have a good team around you that like wants to get it done.
Yeah, especially being the quarterback, it's like, you know, you have to be the leader.
Yeah, but like I need everybody else to succeed too. Like if I want to be good, I need all my teammates to be able to be good too. So like me, like being a quarterback, I want to push everybody else to be the best they can be. Because if they're the best they can be, then I can be the best I can be.
Yeah, man. And working together as a team. Seems like you guys have an awesome group of kids this year, so I think that's awesome. It's going to be a special year. But, back to, like, the city, that's real quick. The city, it's crazy because it's not like you guys have literally had winning season after winning season. Yeah. So it's like, what? I don't understand what their deal is.
Yeah, I don't know.
With, like, because, like, I would understand if you're, like, 1-9, boo.
Yeah, like, if we suck.
But, like, you guys have literally been good ever since Dorsey.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't understand. And it was crazy because I remember I have this picture of it was like after DeJour's year and like nobody in the stands. Or it might have been like after Toby's year, like nobody in the stands.
That was the Exeter game because nobody was there.
You would think that was the COVID year.
Yeah, I know. It was bad. There was no one there. Like, there was more people there for Exeter than there was for us because they didn't care because we didn't win against Central.
It's like...
And I was like, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, they want to have to support kids.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You got to sneeze.
No, I'm good.
Okay, he's good. He's back.
Good.
We're back. But I just think that's insane. But, and then it's like, of course, this year, they're going to come out because it's like, you got Florida going to West Virginia. So it's going to be interesting to see.
I was talking about Dorsey, right? Because one of the players' dads, he was our center in, like, 2017. Mm-hmm. He, like, was always around, like, at the stadium, and, like, he would always come and, like, mess with us and stuff, right? And he came back, like, he was the workout said, like, he would just stop by, like, he was running and saw us there, and he stopped in. Yeah. And, like, Dorsey was like, it's crazy because, like, you guys, like everybody's going to be back this year. Like, the game's going to be packed because, like, you guys are supposed to be really good. And I was like, yeah, but, like, if no one had Division I offers and, we still have the same players, like, if Florida wasn't going to West Virginia, or if I didn't have offers, if Mike didn't have offers, like, they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't do it for them. We do it for us.
Right.
And for our team.
Yeah.
Because we want to be successful.
Yeah. And
not even, like, successful in, like, football, successful in life.
Yeah.
So, like, that bond that we build, like, that'll stay with us forever. So, like, some of us are going to, like, own companies or, like, need jobs. And, like, we can help each other out having the bond that we have created.
Right. And it's like, I mean, you even talked about it. It's like, you got to do it for you guys because it doesn't matter if you win or lose.
No.
They're going to hate you anyway.
Yes, it doesn't matter. Just play.
So, yeah, being able to have that mentality, I think, is awesome. And I know your dad instills that because he's the number one person they're gunning for. Yeah. So it's like he needs to have that mentality. And to be able to teach it to you guys, I think is.
But it's just awesome. It's just like what like I said earlier, like that's his quote. Like the only motivation you need is for somebody to doubt you. Yeah. Like that's what he lived his life off of, and that's why he was so successful in everything he's done.
Is that the one where it says that and then it goes dash Russell Stone?
Yeah, that's what it does.
He created that.
We got his quotes in there.
They're like all his quotes, right?
No, that's his, and then we have one from Coach Baker, and then one from Coach Dessenberg, our linebacker coach. So that's all in the building.
Awesome.
Yeah. But then there's a bunch of like other famous people quotes in there too.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah, I saw he put all those up.
Yeah.
And, but I just saw that one. It says Russ. And that's the first one you see, right?
Yeah, it's on the door on the way in.
Oh man, that's awesome. So about the AFL, like how much you've even said you guys are there all the time. How much has that impacted your guys' chemistry?
Oh, it's definitely huge because like past years, like we've hung out and stuff, but like we'd hang out like for like 20 minutes or like 30 minutes before workout, just like in the locker room. Yeah. But like now, like people like our free hours are like 10 to 3, and we can just be in there like chilling, playing the game.
Yeah.
Like doing
anything. You guys have like video games in there and stuff.
So like we have that lounge and like an 80-inch TV. Dang. So we play 2K on there, everything like that. But like that, like we have like 5 hours to do that now compared to like the 30 minutes we had to do that before. But like I remember like Dorsey's senior year, they were really good. They had good players, but they were really good because their team all cared about each other. Right. They'd come in to the stadium like 2 hours early, and set up 2K in the coach's office.
Oh really?
And play over and over. And I remember I always wanted to play. They
wouldn't let you.
No, they let me play a couple times, but I was really bad. But and now like it's just cool because like I remember that, and now we have a whole space for like my team that we can do that. Yeah. And like I think it's gonna help us so much in the long run. Like this year, that like I'll look over at one of my teammates and be like, like I really care about this guy. Like I want us to do it like what we can do the best we can do it.
And it's like you guys can work out your problems there.
Yes.
If something happens, you're able to.
It's not like you have to text about it. Then you can like see each other and talk about it. And like something happens, then like fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. To be able to have that, especially for York, I feel like, and is it just it's open to anybody, right?
Yeah.
But it's mainly you guys in there.
Mm-hmm. But like, there's people my dad know that like just popping out of nowhere sometimes. Like it's fun. Like awesome. People that I haven't seen, like that are his old friends that I haven't seen for like years and years and years, and they pop in there.
Check it out.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh my gosh, they're like, oh my gosh, who are you? Like stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
That's always like, I'm proud of like my body of work, and like what I did. Like my transformation shows it. So like when I go see somebody like I haven't seen for a while.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my gosh, like holy crap, like that's
who are you?
that makes me happy because like that's cool.
Yeah, because it's like your hard work is paid off.
Yeah.
Getting paid off. It's like, okay, this is what I'm doing it for. Mm-hmm. So then, kind of what would you say is like your why that you like keep going?
I would say probably my dad the most. Like my parents, I just want to make them happy. Like I want them to be proud of me. Like we paid tuition for me to go to York High.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
it's like $10,000 a year.
Because you live
in West York, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying.
So, like, I don't want them to have to pay for college. Like, I want to take that pressure off their shoulders.
Right.
So, like, doing that and just like making them proud and happy of me, like that like makes me want to go do it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I didn't know. I always wondered that because I knew you were a West York kid. Mm-hmm. So to be able to go to York High and play for your dad, I always wondered that. But that's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely making them proud, and I'm sure they're super proud of you.
Yeah.
Like, even if you didn't play football, I'm sure, they would still be proud of you. I saw you said in that article you want to major in finances.
Yeah. So my like plan is I'm gonna like a minor in finance and then get my MBA. But like what I really want to do is because like playing in the NFL would be cool and all, right? But like being realistic, I'm like a short white quarterback that isn't that. I'm athletic, but like I don't run like a 4.4 40 or anything like that.
Right.
So I want to coach in college.
Nice.
Just so I can stay around the game, and then still make money doing that. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. So try to like stay around the game, teach. Hey, who knows, dude? You could be the next Tom Brady, because he's
6'5" though.
Oh dang. True. Because I love seeing his combine footage.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where it's like, who would have thought?
That guy would have been the best quarterback in the history of the game.
The greatest of all time, Tom Brady. I kind of asked you about it, but like, like being able to like influence like the younger generation, what are some of the things that you like that you do now that you think will like influence that younger generation?
Well, I always feel like the kids that are younger, like our freshman class, I feel like I grew up like around them, but like I didn't, because like the quarterback that's under me, I feel like I'm older than what I am because I was around all the other high school like teams. Right. So like just like the knowledge I can pass down to like them and like helping them out, because like he's probably my favorite person on the team to be around right now, is like because I can help him out like his game, and like he's the future, like he's got to be the next guy up to like run the show, and just like passing stuff down to him and helping him out. Like it makes me like happy to see him like absorbing that knowledge, and like it's gonna make him successful, and like I'm excited to see that. So that's really cool.
Just being able to pass down that knowledge, I think is awesome. We'll wrap it up here, but the one thing I did want to say is about our for people that don't know, that secret clip in the Cedar Cliff game where you're in, it's Dejor's year, and it's that secret
behind the back.
For those that don't know, there's a secret clip of Sam at the end of the Cedar Cliff
2018
Cedar Cliff game 2018, and it's a clip of Sam throwing the ball behind his back.
It was a dime.
And
it was like 15 yards.
Yeah, and it's funny, dude, because ever since that day, like, I'll be at work and I'll just be like, I'll throw something away and I'll like throw it behind my back. But it's because you taught me how to throw the ball behind my back. And
I've been trying to
never
like
forget that.
We have a play where it's like a shovel pass, and like to my this way, like it's really easy because I can just go like that. But like I practiced it my freshman year, and then I got hurt, couldn't do it. But I've been trying to let him do it. Like if I run the other way, throw it behind my back.
I think we talked about this. Have you?
We definitely have.
Yeah, and you want to do it in a game?
And I'm gonna do. If we like do that play, I'm gonna do it. I have to.
Just do it in like a game where it's like you're up.
Yeah, but I have to do it. I have to do it once.
You gotta do it once.
I have to do it once.
Because I know people have done that.
Yes.
Like in games.
Yeah, people have thrown like fades, like looking this way and just like throwing it back. Yeah, it's crazy.
So if you're able to do that, man, definitely do that. That would be an awesome clip. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And then, just coming up, you got the 7-on-7
next week.
Towson. That should be fun.
Yeah, we should have won that last year. So the rain stopped us. So this year we're coming for it.
This year you're coming for it. The season's almost here, dude. We got a couple. I mean, you got a month.
A month,
August,
a month, and we start camp.
August, yeah. And then I just wanted to ask, like, what are some of your goals? Obviously, breaking the record.
So this year, I'm gonna say, like, breaking the all-time passing record. I want to throw for like 2,500 yards and have like 30 touchdown passes. And then like team goal is like I want to win Division I and District 3. And then I want like all our seniors to go to college. Yeah. That's another one of our team goals. That's
awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome, man. So I'm gonna try to wrap it up. I have 2 questions I wanted to ask you that I've been asking people. It's just like the trend now, but what would be a top 5 dinner guests that you would like to have dinner with, dead or alive?
Tom Brady.
Oh,
because that's just
the GOAT.
Tom Brady, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
Some of the stuff he does throwing the ball is insane.
You see his new tattoo?
No, what is it?
He got a new he got his first ever tattoo. It's like some like I don't even know, dude. It looks like something out of like a trippy like thing where it's like a bunch of triangles and circles and lines, and it's wild. Yeah. So.
But then shoot. I'm trying to think. I don't really. Probably my dad's mom, great grandma.
Oh, yeah.
Because like my sister like loved her, and like I never really got to meet her because I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And then my Nini, she passed away freshman year.
Oh, wow.
She was 91, but like a saint, like never did anything wrong, and like.
Oh, wow.
And she would always would like I was younger, like I hated like when she babysit me. Like I tried to run away and like I would hide from her and stuff like that. Yeah. But like looking back on that, like, I wish she could come like babysit me one more time. Like that'd be cool.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. And then top 5 quarterbacks that you looked up to, or like, well, actually, how about your top 5? That you would rank all time.
All time?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go Tom Brady first.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning 2. I can't put Mahomes there yet.
Yeah, he's
getting there, but he's not there yet.
Yeah.
So oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Played for the 49ers. I just watched his documentary the other day.
Montana.
Yeah, Joe Montana 3.
Yeah.
4, Drew Brees.
Oh, nice.
He's a short guy too.
Yeah, short kings.
And then 5, I'm gonna go with Mahomes. if he keeps going the way he's going, he's gonna get there.
Yeah,
he might break the top 3 if he gets the.
Dude, yeah, for him, like some of the plays that he makes,
it's insane.
Are like insane.
And like coaches always like tell young quarterbacks like you can't be like him, but like you should always try to be like experimenting with like different stuff that you can do as a quarterback, because like if he can do it, it's possible.
Right.
So just do what you like. Like I used to always think about like my mechanics, they're good. Like my normal mechanics are pretty good, but like I don't even think about it anymore. I just throw the ball. Right. Because once you get in that mindset of just throwing the ball and letting it happen, it just everything cuts loose, and then you can just focus on playing football and not even any of that. And being able to be like a dual, like even like triple threat quarterback, like why wouldn't you want to do that? Because like, then you can do everything. Yeah, it's like you don't just want to be a pocket passer, because then people will obviously blitz you all the time. You gotta be able to throw on the run, everything like that. Yeah. So being able to be like a Lamar, like a Mahomes, like I think that just sets you apart. And then people, you know, they got a game plan around that. Yeah. So, so yeah, man. I think we'll wrap it up. You said about you got your Instagram back. Your Instagram name. Sauce Up Next. Yeah. So Sauce Up Next. Yep. And then you got Twitter and all that. Yeah. That's Sam Stoner. Yeah, just Sam Stoner. Yeah. 15. Yeah. Still. Yeah. I've tried to change it, but like I don't know how to change it. I might be able to show you how to do that. I don't know. You should be able to change it. I feel like I can, but I don't. And it's probably one of those things where it's like, if you change it now, you can't change it for like 30 days. 30 days. Yeah. So, dang, I didn't know it was still 15. I always change because like when the thing that pops up is like the name that you put in, not like the username, but like the name you put on your thing. So it pops up when you like tweet something. Oh yeah. So I always change that one. I change that one to different things. Yeah, you can change that. Yeah. You should be able to change your... I feel like you can change your username. I just haven't really looked into it that much. Yeah, you should be able to. But yeah, man. I mean, we've been going for a while now. I think it's way over... I told you an hour, but I think we were way over an hour. Sauce has to get to practice. He's hanging out with... Who Dorsey? Right? Dorsey, Terrence Drakeford, Mikey Gray, and then Montrez Jackson. All lifting tonight. Nice. We got some guys coming to take some pictures of us. What? So yeah. Got some pics. Yeah. Pics will be up later, hopefully. On the Instagram. Check out Sauce Up Next. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. No, I appreciate you having me. Appreciate it. For me, Brock Lane Films, everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, we're blowing up with Dorsey and his clip. And you're coming next weekend, right? Yeah, I'm going to try to be there, Towson. So hopefully we'll get some clips. We'll get some preseason clips. Yeah. And then this will be out on YouTube for the video. And then I'm doing Spotify and Apple Podcasts for the audio listeners. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like you gave a lot of facts, a lot of knowledge. Yeah, I appreciate that. So until next time, it's official. Brock's here.